Good morning students. Hope all you are fine and safe. Are you ready to learn chemistry? Okay, let's begin. I think all of you are familiar with elements, right? Write the maximum number of elements you are familiar with in your activity card. I think all of you write your answers. Let's discuss the answer. Anyone say some elements you are familiar with? Okay, hydrogen, oxygen, very good, very good. Carbon, nitrogen, yes, very good. Yes, magnesium, very good. Today we are going to study a new chapter. It's known as basic constituents of matter. Basic constituents of matter. Now we are going to the first activity. I will show you
of a matter. Well, we all know about matter. Anything which has volume and has some mass is called matter. For example, a chair, a desk, a cup, etc. are all matter because they occupy some space and have non-masses. Also remember that matter is divided into two groups: pure substances and mixture. It means that chair may be either pure substance or mixture. Similarly, desk may be either pure substance or mixture. Now, what is a pure substance and a mixture? Well, a pure substance is composed of identical particles, while mixture is composed of non-identical particles. For example, consider a pure sheet of iron. It is made up of one type of atoms. I mean that this whole sheet of iron is made up of only one type of atoms and there is no other particle present in it. Hence, all atoms are the same, they have same sizes, they have same properties, and all these atoms are chemically combined together to form a pure sheet of iron. Therefore, we say that this sheet is a pure substance. Now, let's consider a sugar solution. We know that it is composed of sugar molecules C6, H12, O6 and water molecules H2O. It means that this sugar solution is made up of two different types of molecules. The size of sugar molecule is different than the size of water molecules. So this sugar solution contains different sizes of molecules. The properties of sugar molecule is different from the water molecules. We also know that we have physically combined or dissolved sugar and the water to form a solution. Thus, this sugar solution is not a pure substance. It is a mixture. Here, we also learn that all solutions are mixture. Therefore, remember that a pure substance is made up of same particles like this iron sheet, while a mixture is made up of different particles like sugar solution. Let me also teach you that why all elements and compounds are called pure substances. Well, we have already learned in the previous slide that element like iron is a pure substance because all the atoms are same throughout it and they have same properties and same sizes. So we therefore say that all elements are pure substances like gold, copper, zinc, sodium, etc. We know that compounds are formed from chemical combination of two or more elements. We have two different types of compounds: ionic compounds and covalent compounds. Table salt or NaCl is an ionic compound. Water is a covalent compound. Now listen carefully. The smallest unit of iron sheet is an atom. The smallest unit of ionic compounds is formula unit, and the smallest unit of covalent compounds is molecule. And the table salt, all formula units are the same, are identical. I mean, all units are NaCl. All these units have same sizes, same properties. So all ionic compounds like salt are pure substances. Secondly, in the water, all molecules are the same, are identical. They have same sizes and same properties. So all covalent compounds like water are pure substances. Now let me also give you some examples of mixture. According to chemistry, the carbonated drinks we use are not pure substances. They are mixture because they are composed of sugar, water and different colors mixed together physically. Secondly, air is not a pure substance. It is a mixture of different gases like nitrogen gas, oxygen gas, etc. Thirdly, honey is not a pure substance. It is a mixture because it is made up of water, sugar and minerals. Fourthly, steel or coins are not pure substances. They are mixtures because steel and coins are alloy. They are made up of elements like copper, zinc, etc. Finally, let me teach you the difference between pure substances and mixture. In pure substances, particles are chemically combined together, while in mixture, particles are physically combined together. All the particles in a pure substance have same chemical and physical properties. While in mixture, different particles have different chemical and physical properties. Pure substances has uniform composition throughout its mass, while mixture has usually non-uniform composition throughout its mass. Pure substances cannot be separated into simpler substances by any physical process, while mixture can be separated by physical process like filtration. This was all about pure substances and mixture.
Video, observe it carefully. Hope all of you watched the video. The first question is the substances are pure substances or mixtures? I think in the earlier class we studied about the pure substances and mixtures. Now you have to identify if these substances are pure or mixtures. Second question, can you divide these substances into its constituents? Write it in your activity card. All of you write your answers in your activity card. Okay, the third question is further decomposition is possible or not? And the final question is, can you set some example for the above questions? Okay, write your answers in your activity card. Let's wait for a minute. Okay, let's discuss the answers. First, I will repeat the first question again. First question, is the substances are pure substances or not? What did you write the answer? Yes, very good. Pure substance. It's pure substance. Okay, now move on to the next question. Can you divide these substances into its constituents? Is it possible to divide it into constituents? Is the pure substance can be divided into its constituents? No, it's not possible. It is not possible to divide into its constituents. And the third question is further decomposition is possible or not? What did you write? Yes or no? No, very good. No further decomposition is possible. Okay, now we are clear that these substances are pure substances. Write some examples that you known as pure substances. Okay, what did you write? Yes, hydrogen. Hydrogen is a pure substance and it is also an element. Then what did you write? Carbon. Very good. Oxygen. Very good. I think all of you are familiar with this pure substance and these can be found out in our periodic table. Okay. Okay students, now all of you are familiar with what are elements. Now we are going to the next activity. When I will show you a video and observe it carefully. Write your inference in your activity card after watching the video. Okay, what can you see in the video? Yes, sugar is heated and after heating it is burned into ashes. Very good. Some questions are written in the activity card, right? Yes, very good. The first question, anyone can read the first question? What is the first question given in the activity card? What are the materials left after burning? And the second question, can anyone read that? Yes, very good. Is the sugar can be further divided or not? And the final question given is sugar a pure substance or mixture? Okay, let's do in your group and write your answer in the activity card. What did you write the first answer to the first question? What are the materials left after burning? Do you have any idea? Yes, very good. Ashes is made of carbon. And next, hydrogen. We can see when it is heated, oxygen is formed. So, the left after material consists of oxygen also. The second, what's the second question there? What is the sugar can be further divided or not? What did you write? Is further division is possible to sugar? Yes, very good. It's further divided into carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So, further division is possible to sugar. And the third question, is it a pure substance or mixture? What's that? Is it a mixture or a pure substance? Yes, very good. It's a pure substance. How can you say that it's a pure substance? It consists of more than elements, right? Then also say that it's a pure substance. When it combined of two or more elements through chemical combination, we can say that it's a compound. Okay, what's that? Compound. It's a new word, compound. What is compound? Sugar is a compound, right? Sugar is a compound. What is compound? When two or more elements are combined through chemical combination. When two or more elements are combined through chemical combination. What elements? The pure substance. So then we can say that it's a compound. Do you know some other examples for compound? In our day-to-day life we are using so many compounds. Can anyone say? Yes, very good. Water. Water is a compound. Water consists of what elements? Yes, very good. Hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen combine to form water and it is molecular formula is H2O. Okay, I think all of you are familiar with the periodic table, right? I will show you the slide of a periodic table. Have you ever thought how each element are formed in the periodic table? And how each element got its name in the periodic table? Now, we are going to do a role play in the class. Any one of two students come forward to the class and we do a role play. Okay students, let's discuss in your groups and complete the given table. Okay students, let's move on to the next activity. Look at the table given in the board and copy it in your notebook and write then complete the table. Okay, hope all of you write down the table and fill the blanks in the table. Now we can consolidate the answers in a slide. Hope all of you understood today's class. What we discussed in the today's class, we learned about elements, compounds and its basis of naming. Thank you students.